Hello, Taurus. Welcome in. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for Taurus for February 2025, looking at the energies of 2025 in February, what divine messages of guidance come through for Tauruses, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cross watchers are always welcome. All right, Taurus, let's take a look at the overall energy of your reading as the Queen of Swords. She's got her armor on. She has the Medusa emblem. This is a very Athena type of energy with the owl on her shoulder. She's got her spear, her armor. Feels like you're seeing something a different way. And there's a need to be tactical as you're perceiving something in a different way. With the owl showing up, it feels like there's a lot of wisdom coming through, this new perspective. What does Taurus need to know for 2025? What are the most important messages for Taurus? Thank you. Wow, Death card. 8 of Cups. There's an ending. An end of some type of established way of being. You have a lot of options here. Okay, here's more swords energy. Oh. Okay, Taurus. Something is over, but you've got all these cups energy coming in, so something is over, and you have a lot of options. Feels like you want to rush forward towards these options, but it looks like there's some 5 of Cups, like a need to heal. It feels like whatever ending that happened, there's a part of you that's like, oh, I've got a lot of options. Let me just move towards those options. But it feels like you're really needing to process this ending and not just like run off into the next option. There's something causing a lot of grief and sadness. What's after this 5 of Cups is Ace of Cups. What I'm perceiving is this feels like a relationship. Something has ended. You have a lot of options, and it feels like there's a part of you that just wants to rush off and go towards your options. And there's another part of you, maybe you're doing a little bit of both. But there's a real need here to heal, to process through some type of grief. Because there's this new energy of love that's coming in, and a need for you to be tactical, smart about this. Wow. So it's interesting. This is Cups and Swords. A lot of thinking and communication feels internal with the Queen of Swords. And a lot of emotions coming up. This feels like a relationship. Some type of ending. And it feels like you're rushing. Yeah, I'm getting the same thing. But there's a need to heal. What would help Taurus heal from this grief? What does Taurus need to hear so they can heal? It looks like with the Fool card in reverse and 8 of Pentacles that you just go to work that there's something here about unprocessed grief, unprocessed emotions, and just wanting to jump right back in and ignore uncomfortable emotions and just go make yourself happy in other people, maybe a lot of other people. Some of you, it feels like you also might be like head down at work to ignore processing these emotions and this grief. I'm getting here there's a as an act of self-love, allowing yourself to feel uncomfortable emotions so you can process through them, so you can learn from them, so you can get the wisdom. And it feels like at this point there's a potential for new love. But it feels like you haven't processed some type of grief from the past. You're might be working to try to ignore the feels, exploring other relationships and other people, but there's something it feels like you might be ignoring here. Anything else Taurus needs to know for February 2025? What would be helpful? Thank you. Yeah, I get the feeling like you just try to stay happy and try to just carry on without really processing what you've gone through, some type of grief or loss. Yeah, there's a need to heal. Take care of yourself, Taurus. Take care, heal. Body, mind, and soul. Your mental and your emotions. Taking some time out to heal you, to take care of you. For some of you, it feels like things are going to slow down so you can take care of things. Yeah, there's a broken heart here that it feels like you haven't quite healed from. Yeah, you definitely have this desire for the life after whatever an ending, but it feels like you're just trying to escape processing the difficult emotions and just want to get on with, and but it feels like all really good information and wisdom, Athena energy, the owl on her shoulder, the wisdom from what you've gone through. It feels like you could learn a lot if you process these emotions, understanding yourself more, understanding relationships more, being more conscious instead of just going to the next distraction. Distraction. Boy, some of you are you can feel like a calling. You want to move on and have this other space, this other. Okay. For some of you, whoever you lost, whatever ended, there's some type of regret around the ending. Okay, this is a really painful ending. It feels like there might be children involved, and this feels like someone purposely lied on you, purposely lied to cause as much harm as possible, this ending. So, okay, now I'm getting why it's so painful. and hard to process and hard to look at because it's so heartbreaking. And boy, the lies, Ace of Swords in reverse. It feels like this person that not only created an ending, but created the most painful as possible of an ending. And so there's a need to heal through this, to process, to take the time it takes to heal, to feel the pain, to feel the betrayal, and to sit with yourself and heal through this. Sit with the uncomfortable feelings without the story, letting the story go, and just feel. Sit with yourself so you can heal. When you allow yourself to feel those uncomfortable feelings and just be with them, they don't mean anything other than just allowing yourself to feel those feelings. Get curious if you want. What am I feeling? What's this mix that's so uncomfortable? It feels like betrayal. It feels like being the last to know. It feels like someone playing in my face. There's lies. Yeah, this is very complex, and it feels like what's happening in February for you, Taurus, is this beautiful opportunity to heal, to love yourself through this. Whew. All right. In what's hidden, Taurus, we have the Three of Wands in reverse. There's something around timing. What does Taurus... It's like I'm either getting, let's see what the clarification, that it's time to take action or it's not an action time. To go with the rest of the reading, it feels like it's not a time to take action. It's a time to heal, recover, go slowly with this. Don't cover it over, but feel this. Ooh, boy. Okay. Okay, what's hidden is that after some ending, this feels like a relationship that I've been tuned into. And it looks like someone tried to control the ending, tried to control your narrative. This is someone very manipulative, Emperor reversed, someone who's a bad leader, who feels like they have permission to to talk about you, to create a narrative about you. So what I'm seeing here and what's hidden is someone, it's not only a breakup, and not only did someone try to create, or they did create lies and deceptions about you around this breakup, unapologetic, emotionally immature person. This feels devastating. Of course you would be incredibly hurt and wounded if this is your story. And that this person did this consciously and purposefully, this is someone not just breaking up, but someone who's trying to make it impossible for you to move on after this relationship. That's what this is. By lying about you, spreading these lies, trying to manipulate you. No wonder there's a need for you to be tactical here, to say less, and love yourself through this. This is very painful and hurtful. And now I totally get why it's hard to process all this, because there's the hurt, and then there's the anger and deception and realizing who you've actually been in a relationship with. Someone very capable of causing great harm. And so it looks like you're reworking things. Queen of Swords, inward, rethinking how you show up, being strategic, seeing things from a different vantage point. Woo. All right, Taurus, in the outcome and advice, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's a lack of resources, a lack of abundance. Oh, this is someone more concerned with appearances. There's like a false identity here, false perception. This is in the outcome and advice. So thank you. Yeah. Someone tried to burden you so you couldn't move on, and that you would spend all your time and energy trying to put out the fires of their lies. So you would waste your time and your energy. It would get you in your emotions, and maybe you would act from an immature space. Boy, this person didn't just want to end this. There's some story, some narrative that they have about you, and they feel very confident to tell that story. They need you to be the monster, and they need to be the hero instead of just breaking up. I mean, it happens all the time, right? You know, this person needs to be seen as perfect, amazing, wonderful, a victim to you. They did nothing wrong. You're horrid. So they're trying to mastermind and have control over your story, create the most painful ending, and lie about you. And in the outcome and advice, who's the Queen of Pentacles? It feels like this is what they wanted for you. They wanted you to have no resources, no one to help you, no abundance, they wanted to decimate you, burden you completely so you wouldn't be able to move on. I think that would also help their ego. If you can't move on without them, you know, that makes them sound really wonderful and amazing. And if you're decimated, jeez. There's a need for you to tap into your wand energy. I love the King of Wands is showing up. And look how he's showing up with his back turned. And I don't know if you can really see, because it's night, and there's a tree in front of the King of Wands, and there's a giant, huge snake around this tree. And so the King of Wands is sitting on his throne, looking at that snake, looking at that fear. Feels like you're facing your fears. Oh, I think whoever did this to you're done with this story, with being taken advantage of. It looks like you want a different story. You want to show up differently. You're not wanting someone, you're facing your fears. You're not fighting this person's story and whatever lies. What a waste of time. You're being tactical. I think you've recognized in a very real way you can't move forward with this person. You can't work with them. And there's a need to detach financially as well. Just recognizing this person is obviously not for you. A need to create, it feels like you're creating a new foundation for yourself. feels like what I'm being shown is like a potential timeline that you're opening up as the outcome and advice. Detaching from this person and anyone who works with this person. Don't try to convince people of your point of view. That's a trap. That's a waste of energy. There's a need for you just to see things clearly, to not be, there's a lot of letting go of limiting beliefs of who this person is, what this relationship was, and there's a need to go at it alone, to find your enlightenment. For some of you, there's emotional maturity. It feels like you're going to meet your emotions. That's where I was at the beginning of this reading, Taurus, was a lot of emotions coming out and avoiding them, not knowing how to process them, feeling very uncomfortable, wanting to do anything other than go through the grieving process. But one of the most important things at the end of the grieving process, end. You don't get like ring a bell and then you're done. But when you get to a point of acceptance, I accept that the past happened. I accept that nothing could have gone differently. It's in the past. I can't change it. Once you reach that level of acceptance, this person has shown me who they are. I accept who they really are in this reality. I accept who I've been in this reality, what part I've been playing. And it feels like there's a real need here to sit with your emotions, to sit with uncomfortable emotions, process through so you can get the wisdom from them so this doesn't happen again. There's an emotional maturity, it feels like, in February that you have a potential, Taurus, of really achieving. So people can't take advantage of your kindness, of your unhealed emotions, of your needs. Feels like this person took advantage of unhealed wounds that you have. And so with a desire to not repeat this, it feels like you're going within and feeling those feelings. Wow. It feels like on the other side of this, you'll be less reactive, more compassionate and graceful, more understanding of what's going on, more whole too, more it just feels solid in your emotions. So, all right, Taurus, that's your reading for February 2025. I hope you have a great month. Take care.